Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Final Fantasy XVI. This time I'm going to show you how to take down Typhon. The Typhon fight starts off with a few waves of adds, so I'm not going to show you the entire part of this. It's just kill these really weak enemies that are not really at all aggressive, and then eventually, once you kill the first wave, a second wave will appear, and then at this point, some AoE attacks are going to start happening on the ground, so Typhon actually sort of joins the fight at this point. Bit of a different set of adds. This time you have specters, and then you will notice these marks on the ground start to open up. There are blue rings, and then once the purple ring coalesces with the blue, it explodes. So all you need to do is either stand in a ring that has not yet exploded and pay close attention, or just stand somewhere on the floor where there is no ring and you'll be fine. Once you take down that group of adds, there is one final group of adds, but now Typhon will start to use a beam attack on you, very similar to the Akashic Dragon. So from here, just watch out for the beam, watch out for the stuff on the floor, kill all the enemies, and you're good to go. Just pay attention to the beam. When the beam starts, that will not deal damage to you. However, when the beam explodes, that does damage. So you have some time to react to it. After you kill those 3 waves of adds, the real fight begins. And so in phase 1, you're going to take control of Ifrit. Square is melee, triangle is ranged, R1 is evade, and then circle is a new mobility attack. It also teaches you about backdraft. So after a 4-hit combo, press triangle to do a big explosion, and then you will get backed up away from Typhon, gives you some space, and then this just allows you to get like a full combo damage of 5 hits. Wildfire is a sprint attack. You're going to be using this a lot throughout the fight, so get very used to it as early as you can. This is a real fight. This is not just quick time events. There are a few quick time events. I'll cut those out. You can see those for yourself because they're a bit more cinematic. But when I say real fight, I mean that you do have to dodge Typhon. So his attacks are big and lumbering. They're not difficult to dodge, although he can start to overwhelm you if you mistime a dodge. So be very careful about that. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you have 6 Firelight. Firelight are basically Ifrit's potions, so you can heal yourself through this fight. When the boss teleports away and then uses this big AoE attack, this is your time to hold circle and start skating and flying away from the boss. You're going to have to do that a lot in the later phases of the fight. So after that attack there, he will always use that sort of Gallic Gun fireball attack, so be ready for that. If you dodge any of his attacks that sort of send him away from you, get ready to hold circle and start skating towards him. It's very, very important that you keep close to him. Otherwise, he will keep using these range attacks and try to get you away. So you can see here, I'm just dodging through these bullets, and then we get him staggered. And then at this point, this is where you can practice your 5-hit combo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then you can still try to attack him during that, but the punches may not land. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, triangle. So 4 squares, then a triangle, and then you will get that 5th explosion attack. So he's going to use Unending Clamor here once again, and then just go in, get some attacks on him, and then he starts using some melee strikes, easily dodgeable. When he does that big backhand one, he's actually vulnerable for quite a while. So again, use that time to practice your 5-hit combo, because this is phase 2 of Typhon, and this is where the fight really gets insane. So you can see here, now he's got 4 arms, and he has turned into Typhon the Transgressor, and he is much, much more aggressive. So he now has a beam attack, and Unending Clamor is dialed up to 11, and now it has 3 orbs, sort of like a Venn diagram of sorts. So you need to start skating away immediately once he starts casting that, otherwise you will not be able to get out of it. His melee attacks now combo, but again, they're big, they're lumbering, they're not too difficult to dodge. These beam attacks, you should remember these from the Benedicta fight, same sort of concept. You can dodge through them or dodge around them. I recommend trying to dodge through them. This way you can keep up the aggression on Typhon. But if you're not super comfortable controlling Ifrit at this point yet, don't worry about it. Just play it safe. So that big overhead slam attack, he still has it. It's going to deal a lot more damage. But even if he hits you with it, he is still vulnerable afterwards. So don't be afraid to keep attacking him, even if you got hit. So we have these beam attacks. Unfortunately, I got hit by the second one. That's okay, though. He's got this big 4-way cut attack. Pretty cool, but easy to dodge. And then we have a partial stagger here. So at this point, he's going to start using Demon Wall, which is a really cool attack. So I'm going to mess this up here and take a bunch of damage. You do not want to try to get very close to the boss while this is happening, because he uses this several times in quick succession. You want to make sure that you put enough distance between yourself and the boss. This way you're able to actually react to the walls. When he does it again later, I'll exemplify that better, but I just sort of thought, oh, I just got to get through one and then it's done. No, he's going to use it like 4 or 5 times, so you got to be very careful. After he uses Demon Wall, he'll start using these crazy AoE attacks, and then you got to pay attention to the circles on the floor, and then they will explode into these diagonal beams. So even if you are sort of on the bleeding edge of the circle, you still need to be careful because you can get clipped by the damage because it's a diagonal pillar and not just a straight vertical one. So for this orb attack, I'm just walking away. It's no big deal. And then for the overhead slam, you don't even have to do a perfect dodge. You can just get behind him. No big deal. And then once you get a full stagger, use this time to practice your 5-hit combos. And then you can heal yourself if you need. Just sort of use this time to practice, because after this, the boss is going to go right back into using Unending Clamor and Demon Wall, and you're going to have to start dodging again. So here comes the big scream, and then Demon Wall comes out, and then you can see here I'm playing this a bit more cautious. I'm actually just walking, I'm not even skating, but once you start to get far away from the openings, that's when you got to start skating again. So after the 5th one, it's always right in front of him. So that's how you know that it's going to end, and you can get close to him. But until that happens, try to, sort of play in the back, and then make sure you're dodging adequately. Once you get the boss down to about 10% HP, it's all quick time events from there, so just get ready to press R1 and square when prompted. It's a really cool cinematic piece, so I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm just cutting it out, but just get ready for quick time events. But that's it. That's Typhon. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Final Fantasy XVI, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. The links for those are in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.